Silence. All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Sabrina Abdul-Ghani.
May it please the court, I move that Sabrina Abdul-Ghani be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Sabrina Abdul-Ghani be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Noor Rayed Taki Al-Essa.
May it please the court, I move that Noor Raid Taki Alessa be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Noor Raid Taki Al-Essa be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aya Ayubi.
May it please the court, I move that Aya Ayubi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Aya Ayubi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aryan Bamiyari.
May it please the court, I move that Ariane Barmiari be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ariane Barmiari be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Julia Victoria Angelique Cavallaro.
May it please the court, I move that my sister, Julia Victoria Angelique Cavallaro, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Julia Victoria Angelique Cavallaro be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bridget Charalambu.
May it please the court, I move that Bridget Charalambu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Bridget Charalambu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Quan Cheng Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Quan Cheng Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Kwang Chen Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Danielle Mary Cooper.
May it please the court, I move that Danielle Mary Cooper be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Danielle Mary Cooper be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Melina Kugel.
May it please the court, I move that Melina Kugal be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Melina Kugal be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Julia Dang.
May it please the court, I move that Julia Dang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Julia Dang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Louisa DeAngeli.
May it please the court, I move that Louisa DeAngeli be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Louisa DeAngeli be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yannick Otto Drevikovsky.
May it please the court, I move that Yannick Otto Drevikovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Yannick Otto Drevikovsky be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natasha Kathleen Elster.
May it please the court, I move that Natasha Kathleen Elster be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Natasha Kathleen Elster be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Glenda Jia Chi Fu.
May it please the court, I move that Glenda Jia Chi Fu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Glenda Jia Kui Fu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dvasini Gurbadzum.
May it please the court, I move that Divashini Gurubadsam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Divasini Gambastan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kylie Jane Harvey.
May it please the court, I move that Kylie Jane Harvey be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Kylie Jane Harvey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alessandra Iaconetti.
May it please the court, I move that Alessandra Iaconetti be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alessandra Iaconetti be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Taylor Page Johnston.
May it please the court, I move that Taylor Page Johnston be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Taylor Page Johnston be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aida Kashifi.
May it please the court, I move that Ida Kashifi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ida Kashifi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Vanessa Daniela Kramer.
May it please the court, I move that Vanessa Daniela Kramen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Vanessa Daniela Kramen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jessica Jingqian Quang.
May it please the court, I move that Jessica Jingqian Quang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Jessica Jingqian Quang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
L. Kwan.
May it please the court, I move that Al Kwon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That L. Kwan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zoe Elizabeth Leonard.
May it please the court, I move that Zoe Leonard be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Zoe Elizabeth Leonard be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shi Tin Ling.
May it please the court, I move that Shui Ting Ling be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Shui Ting Ling be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Laura Rose Little.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Laura Rose Little be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Madeline Laura Rose Little be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Junyan Law.
May it please the court, I move that Dreamyan Law be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Dreamyan Law be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yao Pang Mak.
May it please the court, I move that Yao Pang Mak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Yao Pang Mak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Annie May Manukian.
May it please the court, I move that Ani May Manukian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Ani May Manukian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Benjamin Patrick McDermott.
May it please the court, I move that Benjamin Patrick McDermott be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Benjamin Patrick McDermott be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brandon James Melton.
May it please the court, I move that Brandon James Melton be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Brandon James Melton be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elizabeth Rose Maracas.
May it please the court, I move that Elizabeth Rose Baracus be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elizabeth Rose Maracas be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maxine Murad.
May it please the court, I move that Maxine Murad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Maxine Murad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charlotte Felicity North.
May it please the court, I move that Charlotte Felicity North be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Charlotte Felicity North be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jacqueline Kate Pearce.
May it please the court, I move that Jacqueline Kate Pearce be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jacqueline Kate Pearce be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Melanie Gabriella Ree.
May it please the court, I move that Melanie Ree be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Melanie Gabriella Ree be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alice Marie Robinson.
May it please the court, I move that Alice Marie Robinson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alice Marie Robinson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nadia Stojanova Rock.
May it please the court, I move that Nadia Sojanova Rock be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nadia Stojanova Rock be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bhavika Sharma.
May it please the court, I move that my brilliant, beautiful sister Bhavika Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bhavika Sharma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jingyi Sheng.
May it please the court, I move that Jinyi Sheng be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jingyi Sheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stephanie Sue.
May it please the court that I move my stepdaughter Stephanie Soyud to be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stephanie Sayud be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shakti Swetha Sivashanam Mugam.
May it please the court, I move that Shakti Swetha Siyashanmugam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shakti Swetha Sivashan Mugam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aaron Jan Shegel.
May it please the court,
I move that Aaron Schiegel be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Aaron Jan Schiegel be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Erica Pamela Tan.
May it please the court, I move that Erica Pamela Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Erica Pamela Tan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mark Zhu Chin Tay.
May it please the court, I move that my brother, Mark Zichinte, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mark C. Jin Tay be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Faye Turnbull.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Faye Turnbull be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Isabella Faye Turnbull be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Janine Kit Wan.
May it please the court, I move that Janine Kit Wan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Janine Kit Wan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fei Yi Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Fei Yi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Fei Yi Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Dean Waldman.
May it please the court, I move that Dean Mormon be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Dean Wallman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Francesca Zappia.
May it please the court, I move that Francesca Zappia be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Francesca Zappia be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jennifer Jia Z Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that Jennifer Jiaxi Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jennifer Jiaxi Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bianca Shi Yu Zhou.
May it please the court, I move that Bianca Shiyu Zhou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bianca Shi Yu Zhou be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, when and as directed, stand for the purposes of swearing an oath or making an affirmation and declaration. So please stand when and as directed by our officiating officer.
Could the first two rows on my right stand, please? Sabrina Abdulghani, Norred Taki Alessa, Aya Ayubi, Ariane Bamiyari, Julia Victoria Angelique Cavallaro, Bridget Charalambu, Quan Cheng Chen, Danielle Mary Cooper, Melina Kugel, Julia Dang, Louisa DeAngeli, Yannick Otto Drevikovsky, Natasha Kathleen Elster, Glenda G. Chi Fu, Devasini Gurubdadzim, Kylie Jane Harvey. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Alessandra Iaconetti, Taylor Page Johnson, Aida Kashifi, Vanessa Daniela Crayman, Jessica Jingqian Quang, Elle Kwon, Zoe Elizabeth Leonard, Shen Tin Ling, Madeline Laura Rose Little, Dream Yan Law, Yao Pang Mac, Annie May Manukyan, Benjamin Patrick McDermott, Brandon James Melton, Elizabeth Rose Maracas, Maxine Murad, Charlotte Felicity North, Jacqueline Kate Pierce, Melanie Gabriella Ree, Alice Marie Robinson, Nadia Stojanova Rock. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could the row in front of me please stand? Bhavika Sharma, Jingye Sheng, Stephanie Soyud, Shakti Swetha Sivashan Mugam, Aaron Jan Shigel, Erica Pamela Tan, Mark Zuchin Tay, Isabella Faye Turnbull, Janine Kit Wan, Fai Yi Wang, Dean Wallman, Francesca Zappia, Jennifer Jiaxi Zhang, Bianca Shi Yu Zhou. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Sitting with me on the bench today is, to my right, Justice Payne, who is a judge of the New South Wales Court of Appeal, and to my left, Justice Pike, who is a judge of the Equity Division of this court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you, the newly admitted lawyers, to practice today. This court rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for celebration. We up here on the bench know, we can remember how hard you've all worked to reach this important milestone. And I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, no doubt, the support of friends and family will have been invaluable on your journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever the case, I'm sure that they are all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you to a long, civilised late lunch or a round of drinks at the very least. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession. The custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission, as you have just done, to practice dates back to the 12th century, and this court first admitted lawyers in 1824. Last Friday, the court to which you've just been admitted celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. We had a great celebration last Friday and a ceremonial sitting in this courtroom, which was packed to the brim, and some very significant speeches were made, and there is a YouTube video of the ceremony available on the court's website, and I would urge you all to watch it. You're also a very fortunate cohort of new lawyers, because after this ceremony, when you move to the lobby of the court to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you will also be presented with a copy of the court's recently published bicentennial history entitled Constant Guardian Changing Times, a history of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, 1824 to 2024, as a memento of the fact of your admission in this, the court's bicentennial year. The book is about 450 pages, but there are a lot of pictures. You won't read it in one sitting, but I do hope that you do make time to read and enjoy it. It has a wealth of fascinating information about the court of which you have each just become an officer. Now, in celebrating the court's bicentenary, we also celebrate what is 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I will say something more shortly. But the rule of law replaced a system of military justice which had existed in New South Wales up until May 1824, and that was the time at which this court was not only established but was granted the whole of the jurisdiction of the English courts. This ceremony is attended by unique but important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the legal profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are therefore all witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings that you have publicly made. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in different directions and career paths, but in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one, is a continuing one, and deserves solemn regard. So that whether you end up working in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law office, the Aboriginal Legal Service, for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field, you should be known always for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, you'll see from some of the portraits of former Chief Justices on the walls of this court that we are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. And you may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you that we don't wear them because they are particularly comfortable. They're not. But we do wear them for at least two very important symbolic reasons. First, symbolically, they serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Now, some 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are female. That is a radical change from the time we all commenced practice, which I like to think was not all that long ago, but it has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, we unfortunately live in a world in which there is huge global uncertainty and insecurity, and the rule of law is more important than ever, and not simply some academic idea or jurisprudential theory. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. And as we look around the globe, there is nothing theoretical about those threats and realities. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the United Kingdom Supreme Court aptly described the rule of law, and I quote, as a bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder, unquote. Now, notwithstanding the second symbolic reason for continuing to wear these ceremonial robes on important formal occasions such as this is that they reinforce the difference between the judiciary as an arm of government and the executive and the legislature. That separation of powers is important, and the wearing of these robes publicly reminds people of the fact that the judiciary is a separate arm of government, and it acts as a check on the excess of executive power and the abuse of public powers. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition which attends this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanged or unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of artificial intelligence brings with it both opportunities and challenges which the legal profession and the courts are currently dealing with. While the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, undoubtedly, it remains my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual who may be in need of your services as a lawyer will, in very many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, family, personal well-being, health, or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, of course, but always with courtesy, integrity, respect, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can and feel that they can be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a judiciary and a system reflective of our broader community and sensitive to and knowledgeable of the raft of cultures and faiths and other orientations that make up our broad community. The admissions ceremonies on which I have sat for the last 5 years after being appointed, including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background among junior lawyers than when we up here on the bench commence practice. That's a very good thing, and the leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. As I have said, that in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary and the legal profession, and ultimately respect, I think, for the rule of law. So let me now, before you go off to your lunches, offer some short professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You need to use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and the administration of justice. At various points in your career, you will make mistakes, some minor, maybe some more serious. If we're honest with ourselves, we all make mistakes from time to time, especially when starting something new. The key point is that when and if you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice will dictate that you take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from the experience. One mistake which I frequently advise young lawyers not to fall into the trap of making is in giving your clients the advice you think they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will almost certainly not be good advice. Your role is to be independent, to think critically, and be courageous in your advice, even if you know or suspect it may not be advice that your client wants to hear. Your client wants correct legal advice, and that's what you must strive to give them. Being a lawyer means that you're an advisor, a problem solver, sometimes a mediator, sometimes an advocate, and that's whether or not you're a barrister. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but as I've said, the law as it applies to people's lives. That human engagement extends to your interactions with your opponents and your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the adversarial litigation side of practice, can be confrontational. The practice of the law is stressful and demanding enough without antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, which regrettably it sometimes does. So it's essential that you strive to maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you're now members of a profession and not a business. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. You may be beginning to wonder about that with the length of the speech, but often less is more, and some of the most experienced lawyers and judges, indeed, could also use that reminder from time to time. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible or at best difficult to understand. So one of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others by striving to give clear and concise advice at all times, whether orally or in writing. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both also extremely important. We are much more conscious of that these days than we were several decades ago. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel a little overwhelmed, burnt out, or even distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. You must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time and no doubt still do, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. You should also know and remember, that the law is a highly collegiate profession. And in this context, I'm going to call upon two young representatives, one of the New South Wales Bar and Association and one of the Law Society, to offer a few words of welcome and congratulations to you. Ms. Lamb, do you move?
May it please the court, my name is Lamb and I have been practicing for 9 months at the bar, predominantly in commercial litigation. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly, to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I'm proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, that it allows me to give expert advice and represent people in court, and to contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look on its website. Each year, there is also a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you regularly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5 year barristers like me, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, that being to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist the community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Ms. Yidgett of the Law Society of New South Wales.
May it please the court. My name is Sarah Gidget, and not so long ago I was being admitted as you are today. What a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of all the work that you have done to achieve what you have thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy, and often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here, after 3 years of practice, I can tell you I've already learnt a thing or two. One of the most important things that I've learnt is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly diverse, large and bespoke community, and one to which you now all belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, and our desire to connect and give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I have been part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for over 3 years. Here I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you to the Law Society.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying, and it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and proud of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. And you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. And so on behalf of Justice Payne, Justice Pike, and indeed all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court of New South Wales, I once again congratulate you all on your admission today and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.